This happened last night. If you haven't heard about this de minimis thing, this de minimis tariff loophole, basically, if a package was under $800, it was exempt from like normal duties, like tariffs and stuff. So, for a long time, what that meant is that we could buy something from China off Amazon or AliExpress, Temu, whatever, and it was duty free, right? Because it was under $800 and it was coming directly from China. Anything less than $800 from another country was exempt from having to pay tariffs. Obviously, we had entire businesses come up based on this exemption, like Shein, Temu, obviously, but what the fuck is Shein? What the fuck is Shein? What the hell kind of name is that? I don't understand. Who thought this name was a good idea? No American knows how to actually pronounce this shit. Shein? Shine? Shin? I don't know. But anyway, it's beside the point. But, the only reason that these businesses could exist was because of this de minimis $800 tariff exemption, right? Which is kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy to think how, like, a huge company can exist solely off of, like, a random loophole in the law. But, hey, here it is. But anyway, now that the exemption is gone, people are going to have to pay the duties, which from China right now are like 145% or something. Like, it's really, really high. And that's regardless of the value. And I think also, I'm not 100% sure on that. I think I read it somewhere, but there's going to be $100 flat fee per package that's going up to $200 per package from China. So if you buy a $5 product from Temu and it ships from China, not only do you have to pay an extra, what is that? It's like 75 cents in tariffs and duties. Now you have to pay $100 per package for the package itself. Lyra says, stop like an octocentillionaire. That is hilarious. But yeah, this is gonna completely destroy it. Temu is adapting. So they've decided they're going to ship in bulk again and then distribute from US warehouses, right? Which is, that's how like Amazon does it. They just get a big shipment in from China, it goes into a US warehouse, and then they ship it out from there. So they don't have to pay the $100, $200 flat fee per package. Still have to pay the duties though. You're still paying that 145% tariff. Shein, on the other hand, I think they're freaking out right now. I think their whole like business relied on this, and like they have no idea what they're gonna do. So like Shein could be legitimately destroyed, like inaccessible. Unless you're ready to pay $100 for the world's shittiest t-shirt made by slaves. Yeah, they're basically fucked. That's the thing, like I'll talk about this, right? I've always kind of hated the whole like Temu and Shein brand of consumerism. Like, yeah, it's basically built on slave labor. It just, like, it's not even good for the consumer. Like, the products are just so shitty and just not worth spending money on. So in a way, like a weird way, I'm kind of happy they're getting kicked in the balls right now. But I think that the Trump administration is really trying to crack down and is going to continue trying to crack down really hard on tariff dodging. Obviously, if you're a major importer, you're going to do whatever is necessary to keep your prices down and stay competitive, right? So if the duty gets high enough, and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, it's going to start to justify really expensive workarounds, right? Like we saw with the Indian iPhone jet, where you've got shit getting shipped all over the world, all kinds of different places, repackaged, reclassified, re-put together before it comes to the US so we can dodge the tariff. You know, if that's cheaper than paying the tariff, that's what they're gonna do. Wasted labor, I know it sucks, but like that's what happens. But yeah, it is complicated. I mean, what do you guys think about this? Like, I know most people probably generally disagree with the tariffs. I mean, how could you agree with them at this point, unless you're just fully on the Trump train? But I don't know. Should the de minimis exemption, this exemption thing, should this have even existed in the first place? But no, okay, I'm glad Temu and Shein are getting a kick to the balls. I really am. But dude, Americans are gonna be fucking pissed. Like, Amazon has already said they're not gonna put tariffs as a line item on the receipts, right? The Trump administration was real worried about that. They were like, that's a real political move. Dude, let's be completely honest here. That is fucking bullshit. Okay, if you love tariffs so much, why are you so afraid to have them listed on a receipt, okay? If you're a patriotic American, that loves this country and loves Trump and loves tariffs, shouldn't you be happy to see the tariff on the receipt? You should be happy to see and pay for the tariffs. So why don't they want the tariffs on the receipt? This is a bunch of smoke and mirrors bullshit, man. I'm telling you. They don't want Americans to know how tariffs actually work. Think about how pissed off Bubba would be, okay? Bubba might get so mad. Bubba might get so mad when he sees he had to pay $400 extra in tariffs on his Amazon order that he might actually get up off the couch and go vote blue. And that is what terrifies. That's what terrifies the Republicans. That's why they don't want the tariffs on the Amazon order. That's the thing that scares them. Trump is sitting on a knife edge here, okay? The thing with ideology and ideological movements is their actual effects, things that actually happen when they get implemented. They can tend to really piss people off. You know, your average Joe who just wants to get on Amazon and buy a bunch of bullshit. So you see the justifications getting thrown around and the smoke and mirrors and the, you know, trying to hide the truth from people. All while you continue to tell them, yeah, everything's great. The tariffs are going to completely fix everything. We're going to make America great again. I feel like Trump's trying to figure out how he can keep supporters in La La Land with this shit before they figure out, you know, hey, this kind of sucks. Why do I have another line for tax on here? Because it used to be just tax. Now it's tariffs and tax, you know? The average Trump voter is I don't think the average American understands tariffs, but they definitely understand fees. Okay, they understand something extra getting added to the price they have to pay, and nobody likes that. But it's such fucking bullshit. If the tariffs are so great, put them on the receipt. Make us proud to pay them, because we're taking our country back, right? But they realize, I think, you know, the people that are in power realize people just don't want to pay that. They don't really give a shit about taking the country back. That scares them. That scares them because maybe it wasn't really about the ideology to begin with, right? Maybe it really wasn't. And when the tide turns here and shit actually hits the fan, maybe a lot more people than you think are going to end up jumping ship. So they got to hide it. They really do. Is the stream slowly turning into a politics talk show? You know, it's an anything talk show, really, but politics is really in the news these days. Whatever's in the news is what I end up talking about. It's fully politics talk show. Let's be fucking honest here. It's a politics talk show. I'm basically trying to be Hassan and not doing a very good job at it. But I'm trying my best. That's what counts.
Hit that follow button, bitch.